Rise and shine, y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, come on in. We about to have a dope one today. I don't know if y'all busy, but just take a moment and vibe with me through this video, okay? This couple is having an argument over spending time together, right? His argument is that he's at work all the time, that he does all he can to pay the bills to give her a good life, right? Peace, Lakeisha. Peace, Teresa. Peace, Larissa. Peace, Shanice. What up, Leon? This is a good one, bro. Leon, stay in here, bro. I'm definitely going to need a man's perspective on this. Diane, welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see y'all, man. We about to have a great one, man. Like I said, a couple's arguing about spending time. She wants to spend more time. He's complaining that he works too much and can't. He's tired. This argument, guys, is nuance. It goes on in every single relationship, right? You can count on it. Relationships are hard, man. So if you're going to last a long term, you're going to have to work together, right? But anyway, they're not working together through this conversation. And this conversation, although it's nuanced, it escalates to a breakup because of failure to communicate. And this is why I'm talking about how serious it is when you're dialoguing with each other, that you take the time to listen. There should be rules to this. Each person should obey those rules, whether you are the man or the woman. And it should create a fair playing field so you guys can communicate effectively. Do you understand? If you don't have any rules or any boundaries to your communication, it's going to be everywhere but where it's supposed to be. And you're going to end up far from what you're trying to accomplish. I done seen these conversations start off about one thing. You end up talking about 20 different things. Then you go to the past, the future, the present, the hypotheticals, and the conversation that was initially started is you swayed so far from that to the point to where you're bringing up old stuff. You understand, giving hypotheticals. If it was me, well, I wouldn't care about that. If I was you, I don't know nobody else who would care about that. Invalidation. And it's crazy because it shows a lack of development. For some reason, you're abandoning the conversation to do these little things that really destroy and deteriorate the whole conversation. You're going to get nowhere. Okay, family? I'm not going to keep you guys waiting long. Where's my remote at? Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find my remote. I just had it. Hang on. Okay. Nagging wife, frustrated, hardworking husband, and he decided to leave. Now, when we watch this video, I'm not going to pause it at all. We're going to watch this whole conversation breakdown. I want you guys in the comments saying what you think, but I really want you listening, okay? So listen, say what you think. I want your man perspective. I want your woman perspective. But this is a conversation that we've all had. I mean, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you've had this conversation. You understand? Now, for those of you who are going to complain that I'm talking, understand that you're on my page waiting for my review. Like the Tasha K video I reviewed the other day, if you wanted to watch the video, you could go to Tasha K's YouTube channel and watch the video without my interruptions. However, that was called Kevin Wesley's review of his interview. So it's crazy to me, but that's a little annoying when you guys be like, just play the video, don't talk. I'm only up here to talk. Well, I am up here to play the video too, but at the same time, you got to understand where I'm coming from. You're on my page listening to my review. If you don't want my review, you got to go find the video and watch it on your own. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, I am going to allow this video to play through without interruptions. And then we're going to run it back, right? Kevin, you were so excited about this topic, you forgot to wear your, hang on, you forgot where you said that remote. Right. All right, so are y'all ready? Type in I'm ready if y'all ready to start this review. I want to make sure everybody's watching because I know people are going to come in on it and miss the first few parts of it. And they're going to be wondering what the heck is going on. But I want to make sure you guys that have your phones, ain't stepped away from your phone or whatever, just type I'm ready and we're going to get this thing going. And oh yeah, don't send a, what do you call it? A super chat or a star. You can send, I guess you can, but I prefer you send it to my Cash App, $Rise Enrich Center. Somebody type it in for me. Lakeisha, you're there. If you could type that in for me, $Rise InReach Center. And I'm not on YouTube right now, although I'm streaming it to YouTube. So someone on there who really rocks with me, please type that in. I much prefer you send it there than they take parts of it through these what's the names. You know what I mean, family? So y'all ready? All right, bet. Okay, we about to get into it. I want y'all to really listen. Thank you, Lakeisha. I want you guys to really listen to this argument, listen to this conversation, and watch how it escalates to a breakdown. Just watch this now, okay? I don't want you guys to paint anybody as malicious. I know you guys are going to be quick to say someone's a narcissist, someone doesn't love the other one. I couldn't put up with that. I want you guys to kind of think that both of these guys are human. Both of these people are human beings, right? And sometimes when this happens, it's not personal, right? Let me paint it. You're right, Lakeisha. When this happens, sometimes, family, done. Okay, when this happens, sometimes, family, keep in mind that neither person is trying to be malicious. Okay, they're trying to state how they feel. They're just not doing it in a way that is receivable to their partner, right? So let's get on with this video. Watch how it goes now. It's good.
I have talked to you. I really need to talk to you about something. I don't know how you're going to take this, but I have talked to you. No, I have talked to you about this numerous of times, and I feel like you're not listening to me. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You hear me, but you not taking the time out to really understand what I'm saying. You don't take me out. You don't spend no quality time with me. I feel like I'm just a body, and you just there. Like we just there. And I feel like it's more to a relationship. It's not even I feel like. I know it's more to a relationship than just, I don't know what this is. Because I don't feel like we in a relationship. I feel like you're my roommate.
Because we're not going out having dinner at 5-star restaurants and shit.
No, because even when you come home, you don't acknowledge me. You always tired or something like that.
That comes working 14 hours.
But what they have to do with
physical labor.
Okay, but what they have to do with you acknowledging me?
Well, it takes energy and it takes rest in order to be able to contribute that to you. I'm one man.
But you always working. I mean, you always resting. So when
to go to work.
Okay, so when is the time gonna be put? You can't even sit down and watch a movie with me.
I mean, it's a reason and an explanation for all this.
It wasn't like this before. So what you did just to get me in?
See, that's crazy.
What's crazy about it? I'm just now I'm really just being open with you and telling you.
Maybe because since getting with you, you start wanting more and more things that requires me to go to work and be more and more tired. See, you don't believe in the long haul. See, that's the bullshit. Y'all want this microwave shit, and y'all, instead of you actually crafting the art of food and putting recipes and putting it in the oven and allowing itself to go through a process. This shit is the same way. I'm not finna sit up here, man, and you tell me what you want. You want to visit, you want to take trips overseas, you want a wedding, you want a new car, you want this, you want that. And then you expect me to still have the same drive as I did as if it was just me? No, I'm actually working, man, not only to provide my habits, but to provide yours as well. To give you what you think you deserve and what you want.
When you get in a relationship, you become selfless.
You gotta what the fuck you think I'm being? Selfless. I don't have to work.
You don't take me.
I don't require my life before you didn't require all this hustling. It didn't. My life was simple.
Didn't require all what it do before you. That's why I said when you get in a relationship, you become selfish. So it's stuff that you do that I didn't have to do before getting with you, and same on vice versa. So you
so why are you complaining about me working and doing things to bring this shit to fruition that you asking me for?
What I'm asking
you saying I'm tired?
Quality time with
my listen. Quality time, what you think that is?
You don't do nothing but come
It's
down
24 hours
and go
in a
to
day.
sleep. I fix you something to eat, feed you, you take a bath,
Because
you go
I'm
to sleep.
tired from working. It ain't no pleasing you.
That's
If I'm
not
at the house,
true.
if I'm at the
Why
house,
you take
if I'm at the motherfucking house, it will be a problem. Now that I'm from the house, it's still a problem. Because I'm trying to go, the more I'm from the house, it's me putting in time and work to compensate these trips and all these other things you want. And if I was at the house and I wasn't, and what your dreams and aspirations and shit wasn't matching my hustle, you wouldn't really have an issue. Because I'm always at the house
You trying
willing
to
to
make
watch
it
TV.
seem as though I'm having an issue
You
with you
do.
working. You trying to make it seem like
Why else would I be tired?
Stanley, I'm talking about you sitting up there and spending quality time with me. We can do in the house.
I work 6 days a week.
You constantly talking about you working. See, you not listening
That's
to
a
what
big
I'm saying.
component of why I'm tired.
Okay, so what I'm just supposed to do? Just
You supposed to be patient, sacrifice, chill, relax. You got a life outside of me. Go hang out with your friends.
who
Go
said
hang.
I want to do that all the time?
But if you sit up here and you want me to do two things that is impossible for me to do, be at home to spend time with you while simultaneously make money, which don't require me to be from home in order to give you everything you ask me for. That's why I'm telling you, it's a life outside of me. Go hang with your friends and shit into the time being, bro. Like, I can't sit up here and be at the house and expect money and all these things to just fall. That ain't how this shit work. And you know this not how it works. If it's just in the street for you to go off and be with somebody else, do
I
it.
don't want to be with
But I'm
nobody
trying to
else.
make it
That's
seem
why
like I'm not
I do
doing
not want to be with nobody else. That's why I'm constantly saying something to you.
Well,
Even if we do in-house dating, even if it's just, babe, let's watch a movie together tonight.
What's wrong with sitting at the, what's wrong with being bored?
Watching a movie together? Then you already watched the TV. What are you saying?
After working 6 days a week, I want to watch what I want to watch. I want to watch what I want to watch. Why you can't find liking and things that I want to watch? They gonna sue me.
I've been doing this the whole time.
See, you do this right here. This your problem.
How?
You
do
all this.
How do that go with me expressing myself and how I feel about our relationship, how I feel about you?
Because
how does that go?
And you don't know what's real. You don't know what's going on.
I do know what's real.
So
but I know
you just don't give a fuck about me then. It's all about you. Because after telling you what's going on, what's real, you still simply talking about you. And for some reason, the reason why I'm tired is because of you. Because you want all this extravagant bullshit.
Okay, well then X out all that then. I don't want none of that. I just want time with you.
Women say one thing, and then you do something totally different.
You trying to put it solely on me. I don't want all of that then.
Well, before you came in my life, it was simple. My life was very simplistic. I didn't care to do all that extra shit.
My life was simple too. Everybody's life be simple before they bring a person in their life.
Oh, you coming around talking all this, man, going overseas, traveling, and doing all this.
And you said you want to do it too. I'm not the only one.
Because you speaking about doing it.
Okay.
I can go down to New Orleans and eat some gumbo. Good.
Okay.
If it's only 24 hours in a day.
This is crazy. I see now we do not have the same vision or the same. We done grew apart.
Just go find you somebody, man, that can please you. Cause I ain't here for it. You ain't for it.
And that's the thing. I'm not even trying to find nobody else. I want it from you.
What I'm telling you.
All right.
It's really gonna put some attention.
Now, this video that's being reviewed right now. It's from like the red pill community, okay? And fellas, I'm not about to speak against red pill information because it's factual stuff. But there's a side of it that makes you heartless. Seriously. So I want you to hear this guy's take on this video, and then I'm going to go back and give you guys a more balanced review. Okay, listen at what this man says. It's short and sweet. All right, but listen at what his take is of this video. Okay,
to get to this stage in relationship, honestly, and that's the problem.
I want it from you.
But I'm telling you to.
listen.
All right.
It's really unfortunate things have to get to this stage in relationship, honestly, and that's the problem with women. Men will go all out, stress themselves, work 24/7, sometimes work overtime, and then come home to nagging. That's the worst thing any man wants. No one wants to come home and meet someone that will make his life a living hell. I wish women will understand this better. Let's continue with that video.
You tell them what you.
All right, so he goes to another video. Okay, now we're going to run this back. Before I hit play, I'm going to read some of you guys' comments. Okay, now you heard what he said, right? That's the problem with women. Men will be working overtime, pulling all these long hours, and he has to come home to nagging, is what he said, right? Listen, guys, let me read your comments, because you guys said some things I thought was interesting as well. And then we're going to run this thing back, okay? And you're going to see exactly why I say there should be boundaries, there should be rules that both people agree on, so these conversations can go in a way that's a level playing field, all right? One brother says, somebody says, is she working as well? Because if not, then I understand that he may be tired all the time, since he's the only one working, okay? Someone says, bro, let that young lady go and let her find someone else that will make her happy. That's what Dolly says. Sherman, thank you for the comment. He says, why are you looking like that, Mr. Rise? Okay, that was, you made me smile earlier. I got you. I be looking serious, right? I gotta keep that in mind. There has to be balance on both parties. And there has to be balance, and both parties should compromise. Lakeisha, you're absolutely correct. Lakeisha Coleman, I knew you were going to be on point, because I know that you've been rocking with me for a while. We still have to find time to meet our mate's needs. You're correct, Kevin. These things have to be talked out and worked out. They're not getting anything resolved. Absolutely. All right, let's go here. I agree. Balance and compromising is the key in relationships. Absolutely. Sounds like she is entertaining options. See, Iran, sounds like she's entertaining options, he says. Let's go. She needs to respect that he is the breadwinner, and when he has time, then be thankful. Okay, Makila. Let's see here. Why is there so much hostility in a simple conversation? That's a great question. And I got an answer for you too, Lakeisha. Stay tuned. I promise you. That is a great question. Okay. And honestly, she should have asked him that. Great question. I'm saying, but sometimes is the approach. I say, why? Okay. Charmaine responds to the why is there so much hostility in this conversation with, I get it, but sometimes this is the approach, is what he's saying. Mo says she sounds dumb, but Mo the Great says she sounds ungrateful and selfish as, right? Okay. Both of them need to make a schedule to do things together. Okay. Michaela, we're somewhere, right? Because working together is love, right? When you're not working together, there is no love. I don't care what feelings you have in your chest. Remember that now. Transfer of emotions is real. Absolutely. It's the approach. Absolutely. I agree with her, because I went through the same thing with my husband. He always complaining about how tired he is, but both of us work. I be tired as well, but we got to put in time together. Absolutely. Don't put work before your woman's needs. Calm down. Absolutely. He got to compromise, right? Lovely family photos. Thank you so much. They should be lucky. She should be lucky she got a man that wants to work. That's a perspective. Picnic in the backyard, issues fixed. Okay. Wow, Lakeisha says. You have to put work before that's probably at the part where he said, you can go get you somebody else. I said, wow, too. Or the part where he said, you don't care nothing about me. You don't give a F about me. Wow, right? You have put so much work before your mate. No job means no mate. Okay. You have to put your work before your mate, Ralph says. Charmaine says, no, for real. She get her time. It's inexpensive. Mr. Rise did it. My fave moments of this is that he shared. I mean, I don't think I quite understand that one, Charmaine. Yes, be thankful. She has a man that works because they are hard to find nowadays. A man should have a job, not just for her, but for himself. The word says a man that don't work don't eat. True, true, true. So this right here is you guys understanding both sides. Now let's do this, family. That's how affairs start. You're right. You're right. Let's run it back, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to say about rules. Establish rules, okay? If a person comes to you with an issue, you cannot, it is considered breaking the rules if you bring up your issue before attempting to resolve theirs. Make that a rule in your families. If I come to you with an issue, you have to hear my issue and try and work out my issue with me without bringing yours up. Because if you had an issue, you should have brought it to me. I don't think any person in a relationship loves to go to a person with an issue and now you have to hear theirs. Do you understand? That's so crazy because they don't have a problem similarly to you do. It's like they're holding on to things they should be discussing with you and concerns and only waiting to deflect from your concerns with theirs when you come to them. It almost seems like they're making it up because they haven't told you. It'll make you feel gaslit. So you've been walking around seemingly okay for all this while. I come to you with my issue and now all of a sudden you got 10. And it seems like that 10 is just to deflect from mine, right? That happens here. If there was a rule of, if I come to you with an issue, you have to work hard to hear me out and do not deflect to your issue. Now, here's what a deflection is. Many people don't know. A deflection is when you move away from the subject. It's confrontation when you ask questions about the subject. So if someone says something happened and you go, when, where, why, where were we when this happened? Where were we when I said that? This is not a deflection. This is inquiring more information on what you're talking about, right? A person who's deflecting would change the subject. So I heard someone arguing today on what a deflection was, and they clearly didn't know, because a deflection does not ask you more questions about what you're saying. It deflects away from what you're saying, please, regardless of what the response is. If the question is to ask more about what you're talking about, they're inquiring to understand you more and the situation more. Maybe they want to see if they really said or did this thing that you said they did. You did this the other day. You said this one day. If they go, when did I say that? That is no indication that they actually said that. What they're trying to do is see if the person will tell them when they said that. And I know all of you guys have been through this. Somebody tell you do this too, you did this the other day, and you're like, when I do that? Because you know you didn't do it, or at least you don't recall. And so if they can tell you when you did it, you kind of know now they're not just gaslighting you and making stuff up, right? But if someone says that's a deflection, no, that's not a deflection. If I change the subject and say, wait, you don't want to be doing that. You did that the other day. You understand? That's a deflection. How about them Cowboys? Right? Look, what is that over there? That's a deflection, right? But anyway, let's get into this, guys. This is going to be fun. Remember, set rules. Rule number 1, if I come to you with an issue, you have to hear my issue out. If you come to me with an issue, I have to hear your issue out, and neither one of us can raise another issue until the first issue is resolved, right? Now, let's go.
I really need to talk to you about something. I don't know how you go.
Who's coming to who? She's coming to him saying, I really need to talk to you about something, right? So she's coming to him about an issue. But here's the no-no, because if you can tell, and this is why I say it makes you desensitized. The guy who responded to this video said, women, 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 right? Women ask for the world. When you try to give it to them and work overtime to give it to them, they're still ungrateful, and you got to come home to complaints, and no man wants to come home to a nagging woman, right? If you listen to that on this conversation right here, you'll think this woman was nagging. So it'll make you desensitized to what your partner may need, because when she's really coming to you with something vulnerable, you'll be sitting here saying, she's nagging me. Guys, that is neglect. It's not emotional abuse, and I'm going to explain the difference, but that is emotional neglect, family. Okay? So the goal is trying not to become desensitized to your own partner. That all they got is you. So try not to be desensitized, trying to understand where they're coming from, right? So she came to him with a concern, right? Now, here's where she went wrong. Here's why he sounds so defensive instead of hearing her out. Listen at how she brings it to him. So even if she brought it to him in the wrong way, he still should focus on her concerns. Whether you sad, angry, indifferent, depressed, when you bring a concern forward, your partner should still try and hear your concern. Do you understand? I explained this the other day. If a quarterback throws a football, the receiver is responsible for adjusting to the ball, whether he threw it too hard, whether he overthrew it, underthrew it, threw it behind him. A good receiver is going to adjust to try and catch the ball. Your own teams, every throw ain't going to be the best. He got people trying to sack him. He got the sun in his eyes. He got people trying to knock the ball down. You understand? It's people in the way of who he's trying to throw the ball to. So he has to throw the ball so the cornerback can't get it. So it has to be delivered in such a way, right? When you're talking to your partner, you got to say things in a way that their critical mind don't examine it and then feel offended or insulted. You got to say things that don't affect their trauma, trigger their traumas, right? So it's a certain way you got to say some things. If they're not adjusting to your conversation, they're not really being a good teammate. If they're only trying to fuss at you for the mistake you might have made in your tone, in your wordplay, in your words, whatever the case may be, you're going to find yourself in an argument. Now, watch all this happen here. We're going to run it back. She comes to him with the argument. Watch how she says, I keep telling you it's like you're not listening. I keep telling you it's like you're not hearing me. This would make a person get defensive. She could have left all that out and just said, here's my concern. I want to spend time with you. But she didn't. Here's how she does it. Listen.
Talk to you about something. I don't know how you're going to take this, but I have talked to you. No, I have talked to you about this numerous of times, and I feel like you're not listening to me. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You hear me, but you not taking the time out to really understand what I'm saying. You don't take me out. You don't spend no quality time.
Now she's starting to give the concerns. And listen, she could really feel that way. I've told this man this several times, and he's not hearing me. You got to imagine what that would feel like for her to come to you with this issue, especially something like wanting love and affection or to spend time with you, and you're not responding. At this point, she starts to feel unattractive. She starts to feel like you don't love her anymore, that maybe you have somebody else, whatever the case may be. So a person who feels all of this, even though you feel this, ladies, it's important to master your emotions and still not say these things only because they won't get you anywhere. You understand? So she's saying, I feel like I've had this conversation with you several times and you never listen. You never have any understanding. This is going to slowly building his defenses up. You understand? When the problem is you don't take me out, you don't spend time with me, right? Now, when she said, I got something to talk to you about, you heard him immediately interrupt and say, you cheating, huh? You cheating, huh? So you can see his mind is negative. And this is what I'm talking about, a toxic mind, a negative mind. When you have a partner with a negative mind, almost anything you say to them would be twisted and turned upside down into something negative. Even if you haven't done or said anything negative, their mind will come up with ideas. I call it the devil talking in your ear. You communicate with the devil too much. It's lower vibrational ideas that come across your mind, and you start to entertain these ideas, and you start to build them up, and they become fantasies to you. Worse fears, things you think about all the time. Is my partner cheating on me? What do they do when they leave the house? When you could be thinking about different things. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to, what they say, cast those thoughts out, which means when you have a negative thought like that, you're supposed to consciously change your own thinking. Don't let your brain rule you. You're supposed to be in control, right? Let's get back to it.
With me, I feel like I'm just a body and you just there, like we just there. And I feel like it's more to a relationship. It's not even I feel like, I know it's more to a relationship than just, I don't know what this is. Because I don't feel like we in a relationship. I feel like you're my roommate.
Because we're not going out having dinner at 5-star restaurants and shit.
No, but
now you heard her say it feels like I'm just abiding. It feels like I'm just there, right? It feels like we've distant. We're not even in a relationship anymore. Now, she did start off by saying what she eventually got to, you don't take me out anymore, you don't spend time. So that's what he heard. Are you realizing this? The part where she said, I feel like relationships are about more than this. I feel like we just like sitting there. I feel like we're not even in a relationship. It's to the point to where I question what this is. He didn't hear anything after, you don't take me out anymore. And the reason is this: he works all the time. He's doing these things for her, he says. So to him, it's like, yo, dang, here she go. But he's missing all the part. This is why I say desensitized. He's thinking logically. You said you wanted me these things, wanted these things, so I go to work for him. Now you're coming to me talking about I don't take you out no more. He's seeing a clash here, not hearing his partner say, listen, I feel like I don't even see you no more. I feel like we don't have no connection no more, right? So he's like, so what? Just because I don't take you out and we don't do all this stuff, right? Now let's continue. Now the crazy thing is that's supposed to be the ultimate goal, is to go out and do all this stuff. So he's saying to her, what? You don't feel like we're in a relationship because we don't go out and do all this stuff? Now, let's go.
Because even when you come out, you don't acknowledge me. You are then just, I don't know what this is, because I don't feel like we in a relationship. I feel like you're my roommate.
Because we not going out having dinner at 5-star restaurants and shit.
No, because even when you come out, you don't acknowledge me.
She said, no. It's not about 5-star restaurants and all of this. Even when you come home, you don't acknowledge me. Now listen, ladies, if this is your issue, it's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Do you understand? If you feel like he's coming home and he's not focusing on you, have you tried waiting at the door for him when he got there and welcoming him in with love and affection? Have you tried this? Have you tried welcoming him in with a massage, rub his feet, rub his back? If you want to spend time with him and his complaint is that he's tired, then as soon as he comes in the door, why not stand there and be appreciative of him going to work? I've been waiting for you all day, baby. Have your robe on, maybe nothing under it. Get him in the shower, wash him down, get him taken care of. Y'all probably, I don't want to do all that. I just want him to come in and focus on me. Well, then that would present a problem, right? But there is a time that you want someone to notice you and go out of their way to notice you, even if he's working. So you can't discount somebody saying, but listen, what about when I want to feel attractive? I always have to pursue him now because he works. He can't come home with the hots for me. I mean, dang, it ain't like I'm not putting out. Now, if he was working all day coming home and I wasn't putting out, I think you could call that ungrateful, but I'm asking him for time and affection. He talking about he been working too long. Don't he know that if we do get to the do, he'll sleep even better? Now, anyway, let's continue because, again, let's go back a little bit. Here we go.
Going out having dinner at 5-star restaurants and shit.
No, because even when you come out, you don't acknowledge me. You always tired or something like that.
Yeah, that comes working 14 hours.
But what they have to do with
physical labor.
Okay, but what they have to do with you acknowledging me?
Well, it takes.
Now, fellas, this is what I want you to hear now. How many times do we say a woman will go to work, do everything that man asks her to do, or woman, that job asks her to do? She won't complain even when she's tired. She'll be on time even when she's tired. She'll wear what uniform that they tell her to wear, even though that's not how she typically dress. But soon as she comes home to me, soon as she marry me, the man that's going to be in her life, oh, now she's tired, so she slacks off, right? Now she feeling some type of way, so she don't show up for me like she show up for the job. And when I ask her to put on something different, she tells me I wear what I want to wear. So why does this job get more respect from her and dedication from her than she gets from me? This is the same thing on the flip side. He said I work 14-hour days. So you'll do this for 14 hours. But when you won't tell them you're tired because you have to do this to earn a check. But then when you get home to your wife, your long-term partner for life, now all of a sudden being tired, they should understand that. So they should put their needs to the side because you're tired. But you get your rest, but what happens with their needs? This is where sacrifice comes in, family. So when you see this on the other side, it's clear to you. But when we're being that way, it's unnoticeable to us. Yes, he works 14 hours. Yes, he's tired. But he works 14 hours. He don't tell that boss I'm going to work 12 because I'm tired. He puts it in. So when you get home, how much time does it take to give your wife a little time, right? Let's be real. You could even explain this to her. Look, I can give you an hour when I come home, babe. I want to spend time with you too, but you know I got to get right back up in the rise and do all this again. So just logically speaking, if we sit through a whole movie, you know what I'm saying? You're throwing my whole schedule off. So let me love on you for that hour, for that 30 minutes, or whatever the case may be. And then let me go to rest, right? Now you can have some type of understanding. But let's continue.
Energy, and it comes working 14 hours.
But what they have to do with
Physical
you,
labor.
okay, but what they have to do with you acknowledging me?
Well, it takes
Now,
energy.
you guys do notice that she came to him with an issue, and now it's slowly turning into his concern. Are you noticing that? Because he's not working hard to try and understand where she's coming from, right? He's working hard to defend himself against, neglecting or not giving her what she needs when she comes home. There's reasons for everything. There's a reason why I don't do all this. There's reasons for this, love. And because there's reasons for it, you're saying that she's supposed to compartmentalize her need for you, her desire for you, to be able, just because what you're saying makes logical sense. It just doesn't work like that in relationships, family. They're not robots. Just because you can explain something well on why you're not doing something, it's not going to make them be okay without having it. It's your partner, man. That's like you trying to explain to your pet, hey, I'm going on vacation for a while. Can you just not eat for 4 days? Don't get hungry because logically ain't nobody here to feed you. That ain't how that work. And so if you can do it, if you know you got to make all these arrangements for your pet, you damn sure got to do this for your spouse, right? Let's continue.
And it comes working 14 hours.
But what they have to do with
Physical labor.
okay, but what they have to do with you acknowledging me?
Well, it takes energy and it takes rest in order to be able to contribute that to you. I'm one man.
But you always working. I mean, you always resting. So when
To
is
go
the
to
time?
work.
Okay, so when is the time gonna be put? You can't even sit down and watch a movie with me.
And I mean, it's a reason and an explanation for all this.
It wasn't like this before. So what you did just to get me in.
Now, you won't even sit and watch a movie with me, right? And you know he's thinking like, I'm working 14 hours to make sure you can have this and this and that. And you talking about a movie? But see, the best question there, peace, Terry. The first question there should have been, what does me watching a movie make you feel? That makes you feel loved and appreciated, me sitting and watching a movie with you? Because, I mean, we're both watching a movie. I'm not really dedicating my time to you. Why'd you name movie over, let's say, cuddling or listening to music or a picnic? Why a movie? She might say, I really, really like movies. Well, listen, babe, I can't sit through a 2-hour movie and focus on a movie when I'm probably going to be falling asleep on the movie, right? How about something else? So now you're trying to compromise with this person, right? Because she could be just naming something. You don't even watch a movie with me. And at this point, the person's really fighting to be heard. Because he keeps giving all these excuses, she starts naming things you don't even watch a movie. So it's not even that this is her priority. Is she didn't sit down and say, I got a concern. You never watch movies with me. It started off, you don't take me out anymore. I feel like I never see you. It's like we're not even in a relationship. So I think the movie is just a conduit to spending time, not something that she actually is needing, right? But that's a good moment to inquire more from your wife and find out where she's coming from, right? Is it a movie you want? Because I'm trying to understand, what is it that you're getting out of a movie when we're both focused on the movie? Are you really going to feel fulfilled after watching a movie with me, love? And she may say, honestly, no, I'm okay. Maybe a movie is a bad example, but I want to spend time with you though. Can we come up with something? You see what I'm saying? Now let's continue. A movie takes hours, yo. It takes focus. I got to watch this narrative, and I got to do it without falling asleep, man. You're going to be mad because I'm going to be over here sleeping in 30 minutes, and the same thing happened that always happened. I come home and go to sleep. You're still not going to get what you need from me, right? And after this movie, I sure ain't going to be up for nothing else because I really didn't want to watch the movie, right? But let's continue.
The movie with me.
And I mean, it's a reason and an explanation for all this.
It wasn't like this before. So what you did just to get me in.
Listen.
See, that's crazy.
What's crazy about it? I'm just
Right.
being. I seen it.
Now, right there, family. Right there. He said that's crazy. Now, we got to watch our words. Even if you feel like that's crazy, it's not something you should say. Do you understand? Because that's invalidating. You're telling this person what they just said makes no sense whatsoever. And that's just foul, right? She said, you used to do these things. Why did you stop? He go, yo, that's crazy. Now, what he's about to say makes sense on why he said it was crazy, because he's like, you asked me, you told me you wanted all these extra things, so I'm going to work to get them. And now you talking about, I ain't the man I used to be. That's crazy. But this is a defensive person. So when she says what she says about, you used to do these things, you don't, instead of saying that's crazy, just say, well, baby, that's because I'm working more hours now. I had time then. Now we're building a relationship. You said things that you wanted to have in this relationship that would make you feel fulfilled. And I've been going to work so I could be able to give you those things. And to do that, it requires me working more hours. Does that make any sense to you? She might say that does make sense, right? But you just say, yo, that's crazy. You telling this person, you sound crazy. Again, these things deteriorate the conversation because they have to be so good at communicating that they don't focus on that, hyperbolically focus on that thing. You say, that's crazy, and then not be triggered. What do you mean I'm crazy? Now, if you ask me, she's much better at communicating than him. And I always say it's not about genders. Whoever is the most qualified in an area should assume the burden of carrying the load. If you make more money, why wouldn't you be the one to carry most of the bills? You make more money. If you are the more conversationalist, you're better at communication. Why shouldn't you bear the burden of, if your partner says something that may not be the best thing to say, that you don't respond like you're not good at communication? Instead, use your skills to maintain some type of balance. If I'm sitting on one side of the boat and my wife's sitting on one side of the boat, she obviously can't pedal as hard as I can. So I'm going to have to compensate for her lack. In relationships, you're going to constantly do that, family. They say don't find somebody unequally yoked. In some area, you all going to be. It's impossible. Your strengths and weaknesses are not going to be the same. And if they were, you'd be going in circles. You need to balance each other out. And the person who's the better at the thing should be the one to assume responsibility of the thing. Does that make sense? Let's continue.
It wasn't like this before. So what you did just to get me in.
See, that's crazy.
What's crazy about it? I'm just now I'm really just being open with you and telling you.
Maybe because since getting with you, you start wanting more and more things that requires me to go to work and be more.
Now listen, you guys are hearing this and you're frustrated with the guy, so you're not seeing how condescending he's being. So she says, what's crazy about it? I'm trying to be open with you here and explain to you. He interrupts and says, maybe it's because since the relationship started, you started asking for these extra things. The simple fact that he said, maybe it's because of this. It's condescending. So you should just say, it's because of this, instead of maybe it's because of this. Do you understand? And you guys may not say, well, that ain't that huge of a deal. All it takes is these little small, like little things that will ultimately deteriorate the conversation, yo. So both people got to work hard to clean all that mess up, right? Let's continue.
More tired. See, you don't, since getting with you, you start wanting.
What's crazy about it? I'm just now I'm really just being open with you and telling you.
Maybe because since getting with you, you start wanting more and more things that requires me to go to work and be more and more tired. See, you don't believe in the long haul. See, that's the bullshit. Y'all won't get.
Wow. Now see right there. See, you don't believe in the long haul. So now it. This is so terribly going downhill. Now he's saying what she believes in. You don't believe in the long haul. Well, why would you? What has she said here to suggest she doesn't believe in the long haul? Her asking for time and affection from you at the current moment means she doesn't believe in the long haul. Come on, man. Instead of saying that you don't believe in the long haul, why not just express what you mean? What you mean by the long haul? Maybe he means life is about seasons, right? In every season of life, we're not going to be all cuddled up. In every season of life, we're not going to be all lovey-dovey. In every season of life, you might not get text messages from me every single morning because I go through things, you go through things. And if we're in it for the long haul, we have to understand that these ups and downs will occur, and we shouldn't allow them to affect how we see each other. Instead, recognize that your partner may just be going through something right now. And so maybe they're just a little disassociated. It doesn't mean that they stop doing what they're doing for you because they don't love you or anything. When you're in it for the long haul, it's going to be times where you're not talking to each other as often as you used to. He may not call you on lunch break as often as he used to. She may not do certain things as often as she used to, but all these things don't just mean they don't care about me no more. So if your brain is quick to think that, again, you have a toxic thinking, that don't make you a bad person, but it means you have to do more work to cast those thoughts down and think of more positive thoughts. Okay, let's continue.
That requires me to go to work and be more and more tired. See, you don't believe in the long haul. See, that's the bullshit. Y'all want this microwave shit. And y'all,
now, here's where it gets, now, men, this is the problem. We watch a lot of videos that show us things online, right? And we see a lot of skits too. But you see a lot of people expressing ungratefulness, they being mean to each other. And you see in these videos going at it, and you see these a lot of times in the real pill community. And so what will happen is you'll take these arguments home. And that's why that's that bullshit. See, y'all women, you talking to your partner, right? I'm being serious, y'all, man. I can't help it. You're talking to your partner, right? Your partner. And you're talking to him about women. You're not dating women, you're dating her. Relationships are about the people in them. You've been desensitized. If you grouping her with women, you're not even dating, man. So now you're giving her a red pill lecture because she's asking you for time. And you may feel justified because you feel like I work all these hours and it still ain't enough. I get it. But you as men have to maintain man frame and don't say things to your spouse that can deteriorate the conversation. If you're looking to come away from this being understood, you probably shouldn't tell her that she's bullshitting and this is a woman problem. You understand? It's wild now. Let's continue.
And be more and more tired. See, you don't believe in the long haul. See, that's the bullshit. Y'all want this microwave shit. And y'all, instead of you actually crafting the art of food and putting recipes and putting it in the oven and allowing itself to go through a process. This shit is the same way. I'm not finna sit up here, man.
Now, this is the time he went into I got you, Charmaine. This is the time he went into actually explaining, I think, what he means by long haul. Okay, it's like baking a cake. It's like cooking something. You got all these different ingredients that you put in this recipe, and you still have to allow it to go through the process of working out. Now, I get what he's saying there, but what you have to understand, fellas, is this. When you go into teaching mode, logical teaching mode, when she's coming to you with an emotional problem, you're not going to close the gap, brother. You just not. This woman needs your time and affection. It ain't shit you about to tell her logically. It's going to take away from those emotional needs. She didn't create them, and they're there. Imagine this, fellas. You're horny, okay? You want some. Your wife looking good. You want something from her. You go to her and she says, well, I ain't in the mood because of blah, 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 blah. I work all the time. You don't understand. I've been at work all day. Do you instantly go, oh, okay, she's tired all the time. Okay, down, boy. Down, boy. And all of a sudden, everything regulates and you go, now you good. You ain't horny no more. You don't want no attention no more. Nah, that ain't how that work, right? So logically trying to explain to somebody who's wanting something emotional from you, it's just not going to work. Do you understand? And what he's saying is making sense. There's a process to everything. You got to let that cake bake. And once it's done, now we'll have the dessert. So you want to go on these trips, right? You want to travel the world and do all these things. Let me work these hours, babe, and you'll get your time. But if I'm home every day with you like I used to be, we're never going to go to those places. And you told me you wanted to go to those places. Okay. And instead of saying it that way, he's putting it in the form of a recipe. You understand? But again, you're going into teaching mode. You're not going to be able to fix this problem with a by teaching her about time and how time works out, because this is something internal, family. She wants to spend time with you. All right, let's continue.
And putting it in the oven and allowing itself to go through a process. This shit is the same way. I'm not finna sit up here, man, and you tell me what you want. You want to visit, you want to take trips overseas, you want a wedding, you want a new car, you want this, you want that. And then you expect me to still have the same drive as I did as if it was just me? No, I'm actually working my not only to provide my habits, but to provide yours as well. To give you what you think you deserve and what you want.
When you get in a relationship, you become selfless.
You gotta be.
Now, he successfully turned it about him, and now she's being defensive. Well, I ain't gonna say she's being defensive. She's just not responding accordingly. Even though she shouldn't be right now, he should be hearing her out, but he successfully switched it, okay? When you ask me for all these things, you say you want to go to these different places. You say you want all this expensive stuff, right? And now you wonder why I don't spend time with you. In that moment, she eventually says it, but I wish she would have said, baby, I did ask for all of that stuff, but my eyes was bigger than my stomach. I want you. That stuff sounds good in fantasy. It sounds good in theory, but all these weeks or months going without you, I'd rather just be home with you, man. Maybe I looked online and saw all these people in different places and see my friends going different places, and I'm not really thinking about the sacrifice they're giving up to get that. So if that's what they're going through, where they don't really have their partner around mostly, and then they get to take these little small trips to try and catch up on time, I'd much rather just put that to the side. I don't have to have the expensive things. Is that okay? Can I change my mind on that? Can we just, if we got money saved up now, can we just leave that money saved up that we have for the trip? Let's not take those trips. Instead, let's just spend some time, baby. I'd rather have you, right? If she right there in that moment, she should say that. But then she goes, but relationships are about being selfless, which makes it sound like you're saying, do all that stuff and still come home and be with me. I always tell ladies, men are like racehorses. You're the jockey. A jockey has to be really light, so he doesn't weigh the racehorse down. Okay, even though the racehorse is strong, the lighter you are, the more swift that horse can move. You are supposed to remain light, meaning don't stress him out. Be sweet and kind. Don't be a burden on his mind, his body, or his soul. Don't weigh him down with a bunch of bullshit. He's not going to perform the same. He's juggling all your shit while trying to build a future for your family. If he's a racehorse and you are the jockey, how do you get this racehorse to be motivated to want to win for you? You have to feed him. You have to groom him. You have to brush him and say nice things to him. You are not about to snatch this racehorse up by its rein and just pull it along. It's stronger than you. You can't make it do a damn thing. So you have to be gentle with this horse, and then it'll do whatever you want it to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in this scenario, he's the horse. She said, this is where I want to go. I want to go over here. I want to do these things. I want to do this. So now he's using his body, his utility to go out and amass what he needs so he can give this to his woman, right? And when he tells her, I'm tired from doing all of that, she says, well, you're supposed to be selfless. If you ride this horse till the wheels fall off, he ain't going to have no energy when it's time to compete, yo. So now he's back at work, tired as hell. Maybe he worked with machinery. He done cut his damn finger off now because he's tired and sleepy. Maybe he holds board meetings or he in sales. Now he's not thinking about half of the rebuttals. He's not overcoming objections well. He's not greeting the same. He got bags under his eyes. He's fucking orders up because he's tired. You're overworking him, family. And that's what he's trying to say here. I feel overworked. I feel drained because of you. Now, this is when you start to see he's resenting her. He's going to do these things for her, but he's resenting her. Guys, don't you hate when you say, you do these things for a woman, right? And then you're with this woman. She says, I can take care of half the bills. I can take care of this. I can take care of that. As soon as she's mad, she tells you, like she's complaining about the things she's done for you. I paid this for you. I paid that bill for you. I did this for you. She's complaining about it. That means she resents you. She did willingly do it, but you can see she's resenting you because she had to. It's crazy, but it works like that in life. And you got to hear somebody that resents you without them saying, I resent you. When he says, I'm working hard to give you this and give you that and give you this and give you that, 14-hour days, I'm doing this for you, I'm tired for you. This is when you should start to see, okay, he's resenting this. He don't want to do this, right? And now she's asking for more is how he sees it. So again, she's going to say, well, in a relationship, you're supposed to be selfless, not to the point of breaking yourself down. That's crazy now. Let's continue.
My habits, but to provide yours as well. To give you what you think you deserve and what you want.
When you get in a relationship, you become selfless.
You gotta be. What the fuck you think I'm being? Selfless.
See, now it turns into what the F you think I'm being. Because it made him feel like he wasn't being selfless when she said that. So now it's starting to really mess up. Sometimes you got to just know when to hold back and don't say certain things. But if you notice this, he's quick to being triggered. Well, she doesn't respond to the things that could trigger her, which means she's better at emotional conversations than he is. And most of the time, ladies, y'all are. And this is why when a man come to y'all with something serious, like an emotional need, y'all so good at communicating that y'all talk this man all the way out of what he wanted, made him forget what he want. And now he over here still needing it because y'all know how to do this talking stuff. You understand? So instead of doing that to be less connected, use your skill, your talking skill, to become more connected. Instead of using your talking skills to intentionally misunderstand your partner, trick them into talking about something else and all these different things you do, instead use your conversational skills to work with your partner and help to understand them. On one hand, women can be communal. On the other hand, they can be destructive. When that communal is building, inspiring, pouring into, speaking life into, where that destruction is complaining, nagging, gossiping about, spreading rumors. Are you a positive woman or a negative woman? Are you a high value woman or a low value woman? Do you inspire? Do you build? Do you speak life into? Or do you criticize? Do you chop down? Do you belittle? This tells you who you are. People always ask, what's a high value woman and a low value woman? It's all based on how they act, family. It's all based on how they act. I don't care if they got 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, 4. It's based on how they act and respond, family. Do you understand? So anyway, let's get back to it. Let's just say this. A high value woman, if she hear her man say, I'm broke, I ain't got it, she'll say, don't you ever call yourself broke. You take care of this family. You do what you're supposed to do for this family. We're good now because of you. Don't you ever say you broke, baby. Things will change. You understand? I know you lost your job, but I'm going to do whatever I can to help you, right? We're going to put an application together, whatever you need, baby. We're going to get you straight, but don't you ever say you broke. A high value woman would say that. A low value woman would say, yeah, you broke. You ain't got this and you ain't got that. You can't tell. I can go anywhere. I can do bad all by myself. Do you understand? Which one do you think a man would be motivated to give you the world more through? The one who complains or the one who speaks life into him? Let's continue.
Give you what you think you deserve or what you
But when you get in a relationship, you become
sometimes
selfless.
you gotta
You
what the
become
fuck you think
selfless.
I'm being? Selfless. I don't have to work.
You don't take me.
I don't require my life before you didn't require all this hustling. It didn't. My life
didn't require all what it do before.
Now notice she's being defensive now. She's doing tu quoque now. Tu quoque means you too or me too, instead of hearing the person. So he goes, my life didn't require all this hustling before you. Instead of, and she could have said, I understand, baby. I asked you for things that, you know, that I wanted and needed, and you are going to work for me. He ain't lying, y'all. He's not lying. So her response to this right here is, and my life didn't require as much before you. You got nowhere with that. So I do things for you. I work hard for you. I work hard for you too. Acknowledge what the person says so they can feel value, number one. And this will begin to calm them. So when he says, what the f you think I'm doing? My life required totally different things before you came into it. And I had to start all this hustling. I had to start doing more and working overtime just to give you something you want. I don't want these things. Her response should be, and I appreciate you, baby. You definitely prove your love and care for me because you go hard for me. If I say I want something, you will go get it. And you can see that he tends to show his love and affection more through gift giving and working hard versus affection. Because the same way she said she wanted to go fly to this other country and tour over here and this expensive stuff, and he working 14 hours to give it to her, is the same way she's asking for a little time and affection when he come home, and he won't give that to her. So on one hand, I'll go work 14-hour days to give you what you want. On the other hand, I will not dedicate any extra time to giving you what you need. It makes no sense. You're doing all this sacrificing for somebody who it seemed like you're willing to lose over just love and affection. That's crazy. So my response would be like, okay, so you're willing to go to work for me You're willing to put in 14 hours a day so we can travel, so I can have expensive gifts, but you're not willing to give me a couple of hours for some love with me, some love and affection with me? That's crazy, because what does that cost you? So immediately, I would start to feel unattractive. I start to say, man, if this man was turned on by me, there ain't no amount of tired in the world that will keep this man off me. He's over it. He's over it, man. He done slept with me enough times to the point to where he's just over it. You know, he don't have that same spark for me no more. And that's exactly how that would begin to manifest in her mind, right? Because if she was a baddie to him, it don't matter how tired he is, he coming home to get it. So something's up, right? Did you meet somebody at work? Are you really working 14 hours? Because how you don't want to lay up with me? How you don't want to, you understand how that starts to sound crazy? Let's continue.
I don't require my life before you didn't require all this hustling. It didn't. My life didn't
require all what it do before you. That's why I said when you get in a relationship, you become selfish. So it's stuff that you do that
Now it makes perfect sense on why she's saying you're supposed to be selfless, because she feels that she's being that way. Okay, so she should have explained what she was trying to say before she just jumped out with, but you're supposed to be selfless, because you can see that triggered him, right? So at this point, she's saying, well, that's why I'm saying that, because when you're in a relationship with somebody, you know, that's going to happen. And I do that for you too. So I'm not asking you for anything that I'm not giving her what she's thinking. So he may be thinking, do you go put 14 hours in a day to give me what I need? Or are you kind of at home just damn chilling off the life I gave you? And then when I come home, I think you're kind of thinking that wanting to spend time with me is you doing me a favor. Because what are you doing for me in that regard? This will come into both of y'all challenging each other to see who do the most for each other. Because it's now you're weighing them, right? Instead of just hearing the partner, instead of just hearing your person. But let's continue.
I didn't have to do before getting with you, and same on vice versa. So you see,
okay, so why are you complaining about me working and doing things to bring this shit to fruition?
Now, at all, she was not complaining about him working, right? She's complaining about spending time. And I wouldn't even call it complaining. She was genuinely coming to him with a concern. So I wouldn't call that complaining. And I think that's crazy when you constantly asserting things on your partner like that instead of just hearing them out. I wish we didn't have these words and use them within our relationships and marriages, because they only make the other person to feel unheard and like they're the problem. You understand what I'm saying? So if you tell them that coming to you with a concern is complaining, they're going to try to do that a lot less, because nobody wants to be a complainer. And now they're holding in how they feel. They're shutting down. And that's kind of crazy, man. You should have an open door. If you have a concern, come talk to me about it. I don't see that as complaining. I'll try and hear you out. And if I can accommodate, I will. You see what I'm saying? But let me go back.
I'm on vice versa. So you see,
okay, so why are you complaining about me working and doing things?
That's right. So she wasn't complaining about him working, family. She was complaining about time, right? And so now he's moved the goalpost, so she's complaining about working. So now she has to defend herself. I'm not complaining about you working. You're right, Michaela. He's upset because he feels attacked, and it's probably how she initiated the conversation. I've said this to you many times, and you're not hearing me. I feel like you don't listen. I feel like you hear me, but you don't listen. When you set it up like that, that person's already saying, okay, you trying to tell me I don't listen. You trying to tell me that when really you ain't listening, because I've explained this shit to you every time you came to me with this, right? You call it not getting what you want, them not listening. So you shouldn't put it that way. You should say, maybe I'm saying something that's not connecting here. Maybe I got to try it a different way instead of automatically say my partner ain't listening. They don't care. You understand what I'm saying? It takes two to tango, family. It takes two to build a healthy relationship. It takes one to destroy that mug, okay? When I tell you that, I talked about a horse and jockey earlier, right? A professional jockey couldn't ride a wild horse. There's nobody that can. You understand? So if one person is not willing to cooperate, it's dead. It's over. One person cannot carry a relationship. Believe me. And you can take a professional horse and put a rookie up there, and they're going to get tossed from that horse too. The horse does not know how to keep you on it. You understand? Let's continue.
To bring this shit to fruition that you asking me for.
What I'm asking
you saying I'm tired.
Quality time with
man, listen. Quality time, what you think that is?
You don't do nothing but come
It's
down
24
and
hours
go
a
to
day.
sleep. I fix you something to eat, feed you, you take a bath,
Because
you go
I'm
to sleep.
tired from working. It ain't no pleasing you.
That's
If I'm
not-
not,
See, there you go. See, it ain't no pleasing you. So in his mind, she's already said what would please her, right? And I know in his mind, he feels like he's right because she told him she wanted these things, and now he's going to work to get them. And so it's like, now you want this? I can't make you happy. But what he's failing to see is she learned from what she requested that she'd rather have him. She didn't realize I got to lose you to get that. And so this is worth a conversation, right? But in his mind, he automatically says, there is no pleasing you. So he's already now said, this person is incapable of being pleased. And if you think that, then it's not worth it to try, right? Why try if the person's going to be ungrateful regardless? And so now you've already kind of demonized the person, right? You can't be made happy. Ain't nobody can make you happy. Wow. That's crazy now. And if you got a partner that you feel that way about, you got to ask yourself, why are you in a relationship with them then? A person who can't be pleased, right? Let's continue.
if I'm at the house,
I fix you something to eat, feed you, you take a bath,
because
you go to
I'm
sleep.
tired from working, it ain't no pleasing you.
That's
If I'm
not
at the house,
true.
if I'm at the house,
Why you taking?
if I'm at the motherfucking house, it will be a problem. Now that I'm from the house, it's still a problem. Because I'm trying to go, the more I'm from the house, it's me putting in time and work to compensate these trips and all these other things you want. And if I was at the house and I went and what your dreams and admirations and shit wasn't matching my hustle, you wouldn't really have an issue. Because I'm always at the house
You trying
waiting
to
to
make
watch
it
TV.
seem as though I'm having an issue
You
with you
do.
working. You trying to make it seem like
Why else would I be tired?
Stanley, I'm talking about you.
Again, he's resenting here. He's definitely resenting here. Let's continue.
You sitting up there spending quality time with me. We can do in the
I
house.
work 6 days a week.
You constantly talking about you working. See, you not listening
That's
to
a
what I'm
big
saying.
component of why I'm tired.
Okay, so what I'm just supposed to do? Just
You supposed to be patient. Sacrifice.
So there comes the big question. So what am I supposed to do? I want to spend time with you. I want a connection with you. I feel like we're not even in a relationship no more. Seems like we just bodies in the same room. What am I supposed to do then? He go, be patient. And what you saying is sit in that shit a little longer. Man, listen, man, that's emotional neglect. Your partner's telling you they have an emotional need. If they go get it from somewhere else, they cheating, right? So you telling them to sit there and be patient. That's wild. That's wild. Let's continue.
Chill, relax. You got a life outside of me? Go hang out with your friends.
who
Go
said
hang.
I want to do that?
Now, you got a life outside of me. Go hang out with your friends. Does hanging out with my friends get me emotional time with you? Does it get me affectionate time with you? If I go hang out with my friends, am I getting the love I want from you by doing that? Because that's my complaint. I don't want to hang out with my friends. I'm trying to spend time with you. So you saying go do this thing and that should fulfill you. That should hold you over. Emotional neglect. Because now you're trying to tell her something else to do. Like, let's just imagine, fellas, you want some loving from your girl, right? And she say, go hang out with your boys. You got friends. You act like your life just centered around me. Go hang out with your friends. Go bowling, skating. Go to the club. Go smoke some hookah. Go play some cards. Go shoot some pool. Go out with your buddies. You sitting here like, what the going out with my friends? What the hell to going out with my friends got to do with me getting time with you? I want you. I'm trying to be all up in you. Me going out with my friends does not get me that. I'll be like, my friends. What is you talking about? Then we break up. She gonna tell all my friends I said F him. He said F his friends. Tell him why I said it. Don't. It wasn't personal. Let's continue.
But if you sit up here and you want me to do two things that is impossible for me to do, be at home to spend time with you while simultaneously make money, which don't require me to be from home, in order to, man, give you everything you ask me for. That's why I'm telling you, there's a life outside of me. Go hang with your friends and shit until the time being, bro. Like, I can't sit up here and be at the house and expect money and all these things to just fall. That ain't how this shit work. And you know this not how it works. If it's just in the street for you to go off and be with somebody else,
I don't want to be with
I'm
nobody
trying to
else.
make it seem like I'm not
I do
doing it.
not want to be with nobody else.
See, this right here is when you finally give up, you start to feel stressed out. And so you start saying things like, if it's somebody else, just go be with somebody else. So you're telling me that you're willing to work 14-hour days, right? To give this girl what she wants. But if she wants love and affection from you, before you give that to her, you would tell that same woman you do all that sacrificing for to go be with another dude. You don't see how that's completely ludicrous? I'm doing all this sacrificing for somebody who I really don't even care enough about to give her time and energy before she go get it from somebody else. That sounds crazy to me. That's crazy. If I won't give you love and affection and I don't care about you, if I'm sitting here saying go get that from somebody else, why the hell would I be willing to work 14-hour days for you? I don't care about you like that. I'm sitting here saying go get somebody else. Now, everything he just said makes sense. You act like a person can do both. You can't tell a person you want all this stuff, and then when he go try to get it, now you acting like he's supposed to be infinite in energy and be everything. No, you're not making any sense. You got to make your mind up, right? Let's continue.
And you know this not how it works. If it's just in the street for you to go off and be with somebody else, do
I
it.
don't want to be with
But I'm
nobody
trying to
else.
make it seem like I'm not
I do
doing it.
not want to be with nobody else. That's why I'm constantly saying something to you.
Well, man,
Even if we do it.
Now, she said, I don't want to be with nobody else. Now, this indicates to me she really cares about him, because if she'd have said, okay, fine, maybe I'll do that then. It would sound like, so you don't need this shit from me. You just need that shit. Any person can be the person that you get that from. So it's really not me who you want to spend time with. You just want love and affection, not necessarily from me. But she didn't. She said, I want that from you. I don't want that from nobody else but you. So which begs the question, who else you gonna get it from, bro? You the one that's with her. You're the one that's with her, right? So you just said to her, if it's about some other dude, which there's no way that it was about that. And this is when they start flipping the script. They say this is a narcissist type of reaction to try and discourage you from talking to them about things by making it grandiose, right? Now he said that her wanting time with him was potentially about some other dude. So in the future, she may not ever come to him about this, because he might say it's about some other dude, right? And it's not about some other dude. So if it's about some other dude, then go out here and get him then. Like, damn, you just treated me like I was expendable like a mug, right? The same person who you working 14 hours for is expendable, right? You sending mixed messages, man. So if you think she's sending mixed messages, now you doing it. Do you see how that works? Let's continue.
In-house dating, even if it's just, babe, let's watch a movie together tonight.
What's wrong with sitting at that? What's wrong with being bored?
Watching a movie together, then you already watched the TV. What is you saying?
After working 6 days a week, I want to watch what I want to watch.
Now, that's a point. He's making a great point. After working 6 days a week, I want to watch what I want to watch. So listen, if your man working 6 days a week, you know he doing this so you can have this better life you want and go see these places you never saw before. If he comes home and turning on what he wants to watch, how about you try watching that too with him? Instead of saying, let's watch what I want to watch. You had all day to watch what you wanted to watch. So you come home and say, I got a movie for us to watch. Now you're starting to sound selfish now, right? If he comes home and he wanting to catch up on his games, catch up on the shows he likes, then watch it with him. You want him to watch what you want to watch with you, right? So if you want to spend time with him, wouldn't you be getting time with him if you go enjoy what he's watching instead of saying, let's turn that off and watch a movie? Yo, he going to be pissed off because he going to feel like, yo, you don't care nothing about him. You're just using him kind of like a wolf pulling a sled, but you don't want to feed him. You don't care about him. That's crazy now. You're not genuinely interested in him and the things he likes. You just want him to kind of be the workhorse to get you what you need. And We definitely will shut down if we begin to feel that way, right? Let's continue.
The movie together that you already watched the TV. What is you saying?
After working 6 days a week, I want to watch what I want to watch. I want to watch what I want to watch. Why you can't find liking in things that I want to watch? They gonna sue me.
I've been doing this the whole time.
See, you do this right here. This is your problem.
How?
Now, he said, why can't you find interest in what I like to watch? She could have said, you know what, baby, you're right. When you come home and watch your show, I'll cuddle up next to you if that's okay, and we'll watch your show. Is that all right? I definitely want to spend time with you. It don't have to be my movie, because I'm saying I want to spend time with you. It ain't about a movie, right? Instead, she goes, we've been doing that the whole time. And so now he feels like this is just a back and forth, right? When he don't realize he's the one that's doing the back and forth because she came to him first with an issue. But now he successfully turned the tables to making it about him, to where she comes to him about wanting to spend more time. Now, it's as if he coming to her talking about how often he having to work. That's where it's going with it now, right? So when he says something that does make sense or whatever, we can watch the show I want to watch. Let me watch what I want to watch. She could have said, you know what, you're right. Let's just keep doing that. Instead, she goes, but we do that all the time. So now he's like, so here you go. You want to keep on arguing back and forth, right? But now he's doing this right here with his hands. This sign language, fellas, you call when women roll their eyes, pop their teeth, you know, the little things, we call that sign language, signs of disrespect, right? This is a sign of disrespect. You said, now you always doing this. To her, it kind of feel like, yeah, you always yapping. You know, you always just talking to hear yourself talk. And now you're disqualifying all the things that she's saying that actually mean something to her. That's a human being, right? So you can't just reduce her down to you just always talking. She's trying to convey something to you, right? You're going to drive a wedge between your relationship if you do this, even if you feel like she's always talking. You got to manage your words better. You got to hold your emotions better. Because once you say these things, they can't be unsaid, right? Let's continue.
Why you can't find liking in things that I want to watch? They gonna sue me.
I've been doing this the whole time.
You do this right here. This is your problem.
How?
You
So
do,
me doing
you do
this,
all this.
how is this? How do that go with me expressing myself and how I feel about our relationship? How I feel about you?
Because
how does that
talking
go?
and you don't know what's real. You don't know what's going on.
I do know what's real.
So
but
okay,
I know
so you
nothing
just
is
don't give
real.
a fuck.
So now that he explains himself, when he says you just talking, he's saying you have no understanding of real life and how these dynamics work. If I'm working all the time, 6 days a week, and you still talking about watch the movie you want to watch, you just talking. You talking from some fanatical standpoint, some fantasy standpoint, and you're not talking from real life. And you coming to me with what's in your fantasy, expecting me to adapt to that, and that's crazy. I can't do it. I'm a man. I'm still gonna have my shows I want to watch. I'm not gonna want to come and watch your movie. No, I want to come and watch my stuff. I work 6 days a week. Give me a break, right? Let's continue.
Fuck about me then. It's all about you.
Go.
And you don't know what's real. You don't know what's going on.
I do know what's real.
So
but
okay,
I know
so you
nothing
just
is
don't give
real
a fuck
too.
about me then.
Now, this is when the conversation is like totally flipped to how he feel. So you just don't give a F about me then. Now this whole conversation is her saying, I want to spend more time with you. If she wasn't asking to spend more time with you and was just cool with you going to work 14 hours, working 6 days a week, just to take her somewhere, buy her something, I can see how you'd say, she really don't love me, right? She don't give a F about me. I can't see, however, though, how you can take her coming to you saying, I want quality time with you. It's like we're not in a relationship no more. It's like we no longer have a connection. It's like we've drifted apart. How in the world how does that metabolize into, like you digested all that information and she don't give a F about you? Come on, man. That's crazy now. That's crazy now. Best case scenario, here's what happened. She says through fantasy where she wants to go and where she wants to be. But she has learned through trial and error that she would prefer a connection with her partner. And if she has to lose that to be able to go over there and get this gift, I think she'd rather not have it. So she's coming to him saying, look, I know I might have asked for all these things, but I really want time with you. Every man wants to know that she actually cares about him genuinely too, that there's a genuine connection. She's proving that by saying, I want more time with you. Instead, you like, yo, you selfish. That's crazy. How is this turning into a negative conversation when this person's asking to spend more time with you? And this is supposed to be the relationship you're in. Let's continue.
Because
How does
you
that
talking
go?
and you don't know what's real. You don't know what's going on.
I do know what's real.
So if
but
you
I know my
just
feelings
don't give
real
a fuck
too.
about me then. It's all about you. Because after
This is
telling
crazy.
you what's going on, what's real, you still celebrate talking about you. And for some reason, the reason why I'm tired is because of you. Because
see, this is what I say it's resentment, right? Because he's right here. He has been trying to explain the dynamics. I work all the time. I'm pulling these days because you asked me for something. You said you wanted these nice gifts. So I'm going to give them to you. And I'm trying to explain that to you this whole time. And you still keep talking about what you need. So in his mind, once he explained that he works all the time, 14-hour days, 6 days a week, he don't really have time. He don't really have the energy. And then he reminds her that you asked for these things. What he expected from her was to say, you know what, you're right, I did ask for those things. Forgive me, baby. I apologize. I won't bother you about this again. I now understand why you don't have the time that you used to. I'm sorry. Let's change the subject. And that be the end of it. But the problem with that is she's still longing for him. And you're not going to settle someone longing for you with an intelligent conversation with good reasons. It's just not going to happen, family. That's like me and you work. Say you're in the NBA, you going for months and months. In the NFL, you're going for months and months at a time, and you give your wife a mansion and anything she could ever want for, right? She can buy whatever she wants, no problem. But if this woman actually wants to be with you, that mansion is a prison. And when you say, yo, other women out here have to fend for themselves. You got a life where you can do and go wherever you want to go. You got money galore. Understand what I do for you. Understand my profession. Yo, that makes sense. It makes sense up here, right? But if this woman truly is with you for you, none of that stuff that you're talking about is going to compensate for her actually wanting to be with you. Do you understand? So you might have to say, this is the hotel I'm going to be at after we play the Mavericks or the Knicks or after we play the Cowboys. Meet me up here at this hotel. We can spend some time here, right? I'm going to be out here training in Texas for a week because we play the Texans or whatever. You can fly out here with me, babe. Take her with you. Do something. Because her being home without you ain't good enough. And what should that tell you? If this woman does not just want your money and she's telling you, I want time with you, doesn't that tell you that she has a genuine like or love for you? Why would you be good with a woman who just cool with being taken care of? That means you potentially not really being cared about, man. And that's going to come back to bite you in the long run. Because if you lose those things, she may not even be there at all because she's not really genuinely connected to you. Let's continue.
you want all this extravagant bullshit.
Okay, well then
She is celebrating talking about you. And for some reason, the reason why I'm tired is because of you. Because you want all this extravagant bullshit.
okay, well then X out all that then. I don't want none of that. I just want time with you. Then
See, you women say one thing, and then you do something totally
you trying to
different.
make it. You trying to.
See, she can't win for losing. She can't win for losing, man. So you hear him saying, I got to do all this to give you all this extravagant bullshit, and that's why I'm tired. See, you can hear the resentment in his voice. He resents her for that. All that hard work you got to do. He's tired. There's some resentment there for that, even though he's real willing to do it. So now she says, then scratch all of that. I just want you. Now he wants to fuss at her for ever wanting the other thing to begin with. See, women always doing that. Red pill argument. You talk to her, bruh. Why are you talking about women? Relationships are about the people in them. If you don't focus on your partner, man, You over here talking about women. Why? Why are you doing that? If you say I work all these hours, right? So I can give you what you want. And she says, well, then forget what I want. Because I now realize that I don't want that stuff more than I want you. So I'm willing to give up on all of that stuff, baby, if I can just have you. That should have been a loving moment. That was an opportunity to grow closer. If he was listening right there and not being defensive, he would have said, hang on, say what? Wow, baby. For real? You know, that means a lot to me. Damn, that means a lot to me. So you rather spend time with me now than me go to work and me go to work all these extra hours and do all this stuff for you? Hell yeah, baby. That stuff sound good in theory, but if I gotta sacrifice my time with you, I value that more than anything. So I don't have to have the expensive stuff. I don't have to go to all those places. I'd rather be with you right here than over in Dubai, and I gotta wait 6 months to see you. Baby, that means a lot to me. Okay, I'll tell my boss I no longer need all those extra hours, and I'm gonna start spending some more time at home then. Yo, it could have ended right here. It could have ended right here. Now he wants to fuss at her about women and how they can't make their mind up and how they say one thing and mean the other. If you're constantly trying to lecture your partner, find things they did wrong, correct them on something, complain about the thing they just did, or whatever the case may be, it becomes about right and wrongs. Right and wrong. Who's right and who's wrong in this? When really it's just a communication to get you guys what you need. Who cares who's right or wrong? Here we go. Listen to how this happens now. She tells him that you can scratch all of that. I just want to spend time with you. Instead of hearing that, he goes, see, that's the problem with you women today. You say one thing and mean the other. So what you mean? So you'd rather work 14 hours than come home, come be with me? Because I'm really trying to figure this. It kind of sounds like he got options. Let's continue.
Okay, well then exile all that then. I don't want none of that. I just want time with you. Then
See, you women say one thing and then you do something totally different.
You trying to put it solely on me. I don't want all of that then.
Well, before you came in my life, it was simple. My life was very simplistic.
So what are you at this point? What are you arguing about? She already said, okay, forget I asked you to do all of that. You win. Your point is proven, baby. You went to go get me everything I asked for. And what I learned is I don't really want that in the face of not having you. So going and getting it from somebody else ain't gonna work. Baby, I want you. And now he's like, he wants to still argue. Before you came into my life, it wasn't about all of this. You stated that earlier. There's no need for that anymore because she's saying you good. But this is how it happens. This is how it happens. Let's continue.
And then you do something totally different.
You trying to put it solely on me. I don't want all of that then.
Well, before you came in my life, it was simple. My life was very simplistic. I didn't try to do all that extra shit.
My life was simple too. Everybody life be simple before they bring a person in their life.
Before you coming around talking all this, man, going overseas, traveling, and doing all this.
And you said you want to do it too. I'm not the only one.
Because you speaking about doing it.
Okay.
I can go down to New Orleans and eat some gumbo. Oh, good.
Okay.
So she's saying to him, you want to do those things too? Yeah, I said they'd be nice too. But these are not things I want to do. I can go to New Orleans and I'm good. So again, you shouldn't put what you can be good with and weigh it against your partner and now suggest they should be good with it too. That's invalidation. That's assuming your partner doesn't have their own set of emotional needs. That's crazy, y'all. They're not you, you not them. The goal is to understand them and learn the language that they speak, family. So I can go to New Orleans and be good, have some gumbo and be good. Well, maybe that's not good for her. It sounds like she don't even need New Orleans. If you really put it all in front of her, she would choose you over all that stuff. Now, just imagine you drive down the road with your woman, right? And she sees a beautiful house over here. And she say, baby, I love that house. What if we live? I would love for us to live in a house like that, right? So he's like, oh, okay, got it. I know what she wants. I'm going to go earn it. So he tells the boss, I want to work over, get her this house, right? So now for the last year, he's been putting in all this extra work to come up with the down payment for this home and to make sure it's feasible, right? Now, after about a year, she comes to him and says, baby, what's going on? I don't spend time with you no more. He's like, baby, you said you wanted that house. You said you'd like to live in that house. And she's like, well, it would be nice to live in that house. It's a beautiful house. Even you agree. Yeah, I agree, but that ain't something that I wanted. I'm doing it because you wanted it. And she's saying, well, forget the house. That wasn't me saying I want the house over time, over your time. I was just saying it was a beautiful house. I'm not saying I gotta have that or else, but I kind of gotta have you or else. So I mean, I don't have to have the house, babe. If it means losing you. Why wouldn't he understand that she said this thing just out of seeing it was a nice house or a nice place to go to or a nice item that she would like to have? She was never saying, I'd rather have this stuff over you. She was never saying that. However, she didn't think about that could mean I lose more time with you. See, she didn't know that. But now that it's understood, she wants to spend time with you. You've clearly said why you can't spend time with her. And she makes a decision. Well, forget all of that. I want to spend time with you. Why are you still arguing, man? Okay, let's continue.
Doing all this
And you said you want to do it too. I'm not
because you speaking about doing it.
Okay.
I can go down to New Orleans and eat some gumbo. Oh, good.
Okay.
If it's only
So imagine this, baby. You said you wanted that house too. You said it was a nice house too. Yeah, that's because you said it. But I could live in a damn a double wide or one of them container homes, and I'm good. You put me off for a lake or something by my business. I'm good. But that wasn't the conversation. Now, the day that she said that house is nice, right? He could have said that is a nice place, but that comes with a lot of maintenance. That comes with a lot of working, right? On my current budget, I'd have to increase my hours to earn that home. I don't make the salary to earn that home currently. So yeah, if we got that house, baby, I'll be working 60, 70 hours a week. You probably won't see me that much, but you'll be in that house. You sure that's something that you want? You merely just said, I like that house too. Let's go for it. Then that means you letting her run the marriage. So now you overexpending yourself, you overworking yourself to give her things that she wants and needs. And I'm telling you something, that's a detriment to your family. You shouldn't be doing that for your children. And ladies, you ain't gonna like this, but you shouldn't be doing it for your wife either. You as a husband have the burden of creating a legacy for your family, not buying them everything that they want and need to make them happy. If you ever seen the little toy car wheel that goes in your car so your child can pretend they're driving, that's a toy car wheel. You don't actually give them the steering wheel. They don't even know how to get to McDonald's. So if you're doing everything that you want, if you're doing everything for them just because they asked for it, even if they're a wife or a child, you're letting them drive your marriage. As a man, you're supposed to have a budget. You're supposed to know what you want and where you're going. And if your wife or daughter or child is asking for things that's outside of that budget, the answer is no. It's simple. It's not to be mean, but the answer is no. You don't run yourself in the hole to put a smile on nobody's face when it comes to taking care of your family. Does that make sense, yo? That's your job as a man. My job ain't to buy you everything you want and need. You understand? My job is to take care of all these people in this house, not just you. So that's like you know you ain't got much money, but your child said, can we go to McDonald's? You would say, I don't have McDonald's money, right? So if she asking for that Birkin bag, what's your response to her? Is it going to be, I'm going to go break the bank and work overtime to give her a bag? Or are you going to say, we don't have no Birkin bag money? Baby, we trying to buy a house. We trying to move forward in life. If something happened to me, I'm trying to leave money to my children. And so you could be taken care of. You talking about a damn bag. Yeah, you're gonna have to kill that. Let's continue.
Only 24 hours in a day.
This is crazy. I see now we do not have the same vision or the same. We done grew apart.
Just go find you somebody, man. They can please you. Cause I ain't here for it. You ain't for the.
And that's the thing. I'm not even trying to find nobody else. I want it from you.
What I'm telling you.
Family, this is where it got really bad, okay? This is where it got really bad. Now, this is due to low communication development. You struggle in communicating, so you try to abandon the conversation because you start to feel deflated and defeated. He's saying, go get you somebody else then. You might well just go get you somebody else. Let me tell you what that's like. They call that narcissistic, to be honest, but I don't like to put titles on people, okay? But that's a narcissistic behavior, okay? Someone comes to you with an issue that's not worth breaking over, not breaking up over. And what you do is you make it a break up issue. They're never going to come to you with problems again. And what you're doing is you're manipulating them. And this is when it gets into emotional neglect. You can't call it abuse unless it's intentional, but it almost begins to look intentional because he clearly resents her for having to work all those hours, right? He's complaining about how tired he is because he's doing it for her because it's stuff that she wants, not what he wants. So I can tell he's pissed at that. So it may actually be abuse, meaning he's trying to make a point here, right? But again, when your partner comes to you with an issue that is not a breakupable offense, and you start raising the relationship up like it's time to break up. I get it. I can't make you happy. I try. Nothing I can do to make you happy. Maybe we just shouldn't be together then. Maybe we should just go separate ways. Maybe you found the wrong person. Maybe you picked the wrong person. Maybe we chose wrong. Maybe we should just be with somebody else. Maybe we should just be by ourselves then. This person's coming to you with an issue, a concern, and they're not coming to you saying, hey, this relationship is not making me happy. I'm not getting what I need at all from you in that realm. I think I can get more from somebody else. I'm really beginning to question the relationship. They didn't come to you with the whole relationship in question. They came to you with one concern. And now because you lack the development skills to be able to handle a challenging conversation, you're now just trying to abandon it. And that's really harmful to your partner. It really is, man. So that's the last things you should be saying. Unless, of course, you mean it. And then you just got to say, listen, based on the things that you and I both want, it's not working out. I think we should go our separate ways. And be sincere. Don't say this is no damn, you should not do this because you're trying to win an argument or discourage them from coming to you with stuff or nagging, whatever you want to call it. Because that's abuse right there, family. And I know if you guys ever been through that, I know you hate that. You go to somebody with a problem and now they ass saying, well, let's just break up with me then. If I ain't good enough for you, then you just go, why are you even with me then? What? Yeah, when his first response was, are you cheating? That was a dead giveaway right there. Right.
They can please you. Because I ain't here for it. You ain't for
And that's the thing, I'm not even trying to find nobody else. I want it from you.
What I'm telling you.
All right.
Now, some of y'all might say, she said, all right, she didn't cry in the car. She didn't beg, and she shouldn't. She shouldn't. She should not. If you're in a relationship with somebody, family, and they let you know that your wants and needs are a burden to that degree, and they threaten you with leaving, you should say, okay. You shouldn't say, please stay with me. Like, listen, if you do that, you're forever going to be upside down in this relationship. You'll have no leverage because they're not with you because they want to be with you. They're with you because you begged them to stay. They're not going to treat you the same. They're not going to treat you right. Do you understand? So when somebody pull that number, even though it sucks, even though it hurts, and they try that breakup number, just say, okay. Because if you go, I'm sorry, baby, please, now you stuck in this relationship, doomed to be neglected emotionally. And if you go to them about it, what's going to happen? The relationship's going to be threatened again. So you're now doomed to be in this situation where they're never going to listen to your concerns because they know now you will sacrifice everything you want just to be with them. That's a scary situation to be in. So when they talk about you deserve better, deserving better is not about inherently deserving things. It's about your own personal choices and decisions. So you deserve what you're willing to stand up for, what you're willing to have boundaries for. If you don't do that, you don't deserve it. You could be a horrible person. You could be a good person. If you don't let people mistreat you, you'll end up with somebody good. Deserving is about you having the backbone to stand up and say, I will not tolerate this. And it probably won't be easy because some of these people, you actually want to be with them. Maybe they're aesthetically pleasing. Maybe they make you feel good. Maybe you felt love at first sight. And if you can make it work with this person, you'll be the happiest person in the world. But if that ain't the right person, family, you got to say, Okay. You got to let them go because you're going to give up yourself in order to be with them. And that means that you're not going to feel loved, but they're going to expect love from you. And that's crazy right there. You can't go to them with a concern because you're not really in a relationship. It's only good as long as you don't have a problem. The moment you go to them with a problem, they about to throw that whole relationship in your face and threaten to leave. Who the hell want to be in a situation like that? So as much as she liked this guy, and she just said, I only want it from you. I'll give up on the idea of wanting trips and expensive things. Even though she's made all that known, the fact that he still goes and says, get you somebody else. I'm just telling you, man, just go ahead and get you somebody else. It has to be over. If you go into begging, please stay with me. I'm sorry I said anything. This means going forward, you can't go. Now, listen, would you want your daughter in a situation like that, your mother in a situation like that, your sister, to where if they go to their partner with a concern, this is how he treats them? So men, we really got to think about how we're responding here, because many men in the comments see this thing as neglect. I mean, as her nagging, when in fact that's not nagging. Now, just imagine this, fellas. Your woman comes up to you and says, hey, you haven't been giving me this. You haven't been doing that. You don't make enough. I want to be able to go to these different places. And you go, and she goes, because of that, I think I'm done. Now, she's made this decision to break up with you without even consulting you. She's coming to you to let you know y'all broke up. You should not go, baby, please give me another chance. You're begging her to stay with you so you can use your utility to take care of her. Please let me stay. Please stay with me so I can keep paying your bills and protecting you with my life. Please, man, no. If you want to get somebody else to do that, go. I'm not begging you for that. I'm not begging you to let me take care of you. You're going to kill my whole pride. I'm going to think so much less of myself. I could be with the damn baddest girl in the world, but if I got to do that, I'm going to feel like shit. I got to feel like you with me because you want to be. If you make me feel like you only with me because I'm earning you, and at any moment you could just leave me. So I got to do all this stuff or else. Yo, that's an upside down relationship, man. And so it does seem like a little cold that she just said, okay. But listen, in that instant, begging, pleading, all that would have put you at an emotional disadvantage, and you would have never gotten what you needed from your partner, ever. You can get that shit up forever. You're never going to get what you need from them because they know that all they got to do is threaten the relationship, and you will tuck that shit. You won't mention it no more. You'll be over here with a whole need and scared to say anything because they'll break up with you. Like, yo. So what's crazy about this whole thing is he's working 14-hour days, 6 days a week to give this woman something that he would tell her, just go your own way if she asks for one more thing. So the relationship is really fragile as hell, even though you've given all your utility to making this woman happy. So you dedicated all your utility. You tired all the time. You going to work. All your time is dedicated. So your utility, your time, the money you earning for your utility and time, you'll give her all of that. But if she asks you for time and energy that you given to take her over here, you'll say, just go get somebody else. I don't have that. You should question, man, you should question, like, are you more dedicated to making any girl you with happy, or are you actually genuinely connected to this girl? Because if you come home, spend time with her, not only does she get to spend time with you, you get to spend time with her. If she's telling you to come home and love on her, she's not the only one getting loved on, you are too. To complain about something like love and affection would absolutely make a person feel like you're not in love with them and you don't have any affection for them. Because it ain't a one-person trade-off. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm wanting sex, right, and my woman never give it to me, I'm going to begin to question if I'm actually good at it, if she enjoys herself when she's with me. Because my question is going to be like, I mean, if it felt good to her, if what I was doing felt good to her, right, she want more of it. So something ain't clicking here. Either she's not attracted to me, either I ain't doing it right, either I don't satisfy her, right? Because if I'm asking her for intimacy and she get to feel it too, why the hell don't she want to do that? And so it's the same thing here. When you come home, you don't want no loving? You telling me you've been at work for 14 hours and you don't want to come home to no loving though? You don't want me to love on you? You don't want to love on me? Nah, I'm working all these hours so we can go to Dubai. So we can go to all these foreign places. I'm working all these hours so you can have nice things. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to cuddle with you. I'm tired. Yeah, the person definitely going to be like, okay, they might be tired, but damn, they so tired. Because you like to think it's somebody who turn you on enough that it don't matter how tired you is. Let's be right. Let's be real. That's the thought in mind. You be like, yeah. It's more than tired. It might be tired, but it's a little more than that. Now, she could try a couple of things, right? She could try and be appealing when he gets home. She could be smelling all good, be looking all good, be waiting at the door for him as soon as he open it, be waiting on the porch for him as soon as he pull up, take his clothes off of him. Don't even give him time to take his own damn clothes off. You take them off for him. Get him in some warm water. Bathe and let me wash your back for you, baby. Then work your way around. Sometimes just ask them somebody for sex when they're not in the mood because they mad at you because they had to work 14 hours so they could take you somewhere. You just can we have some sex? No. Ladies, y'all don't like that either. You want him to damn butter you up. Get me going. So get in the shower with him, rub his boy washing his back and shit, start washing his stomach. Lower down there. Get that soapy hand, give him a couple of strokes. I guarantee you. Now, if you're doing all of that, and he's still saying, baby, no, I'm tired. You good. Just you're knocking your hands out, baby. I'm tired, baby. Now, you might have something to worry about now. You might have something to worry about. But if you go, I'm just saying, guys. See, that's the stuff I don't want to do, right? Oh, man, Charmaine, you crazy. But that's the thought in mind. Is like, are you gay? But we never do that to women. When it's y'all who don't want to spend time with us, giving us love, and we don't say, is she gay? But the thought in women's mind is, when sex is offered, he's supposed to take it. I don't care what, it don't matter what the woman look like. Dudes just supposed to be horny and have no standards. Because I know I've gotten this before. Women have tried to holler at me, right? And if I'm not interested in them, they're like, what, are you gay? And I used to think it's an arrogance, right? You think if somebody don't like you, they're not even attracted to your whole damn gender, huh? You that bad, huh? That's what I used to think. But I think it's actually more to what they think men are psychologically like. And most women think that men will screw anything. Like if they come to your house, the fish will stop swimming if you leave them in the room alone with it, right? The hamster will be turned upside down if you leave them alone with it. That's how women think about us. So I don't think it's really coming from a place of arrogance as much as it is they just think very low of men's standards. They really just kind of think that you will put that motherfucker wherever somebody will let you. So if they come up to you like, hey, yo, what's up? You cute, you sexy, like, and you like, nah, I'm good. I got a girl. They like, so? Like, you a dude. You also nah, I'm not interested. You're not my type. Yeah, you I was at a speaking engagement, right? It was real close time for them to call me out. So I know I got to be out there ready. That we took pictures before. As the event was starting off, we took pictures. So I took pictures a lot with my phone. So this lady meets me backstage. I went back there to use the bathroom. She comes back there to catch me backstage and say, hey, Kev, could you send that picture of us to me, right? And she said, I'll give you my number. I said, let's do it after. They're about to call my name. I don't want to miss it, right? She says, okay. Before the event was over, she told people I was gay. She said she threw it at me backstage, and I denied her. You didn't throw nothing at me. You asked me to send you a picture. See, in her mind, she probably think, I don't normally try to holler at dudes. So that was the best effort I had. And for you to cast that down, it made me feel some kind of way. Well, that's because y'all don't be out here getting turned down. We deal with rejection all the time. And so if a man don't really say what it is he wants, she might not even know. So if you just hinting at it and doing weird shit like that, like send me your phone so I can have your number, that's really kind of creepy. when you could just say, man, listen, I'd like to be able to talk to you on a personal level. Can you take my number and maybe give me a call or something? That's what a lady should do. You shouldn't ask for his number to call him. You should go to him and say, listen, I think you're very attractive. I think you embody the type of man I'd like to be with. If you're interested in marriage, not if you're just interested in screwing, if you're interested in marriage, having a real serious relationship, please hit me up because that's what I'm interested in. I'd love to be able to go out on a date with you. Give him the number, and now the ball's in his court. But don't go up to him and say, send me that picture that you sent that we took earlier, just so you can have his number. And then he says, we'll do that a little later. Now here you go with talking about some, he gay. And I heard about it in the worst way, right? After the event, okay, we went to this Airbnb, right? So everybody at the event goes to this Airbnb, right? I'm going to the fridge to get some wine out of it. I reach down into the fridge, the door's open. I'm ducked down like this, getting some wine. And the girls are in the kitchen talking. They don't see me. So one girl said, Kevin was looking good today, huh? The other one said, yeah, he fine. And the other girl said, yeah, don't waste your time. He gay. What you mean, girl? I saw this dude backstage and threw it at him. She said she threw it. I heard her with my own eyes. With my own eyes. I heard her say this shit, yo. And I wanted to interrupt, but I was like, nah, I'll be sassy. If I interrupted, I'm really gay and sassy. So let me just let her fuck my reputation up and go back here and sip my wine and shut up, right? So I didn't say nothing, but I was sitting over here like, really, yo? It is what it is, man. So, yeah, it could be that, but I think it's more along the lines he might have somebody else. He might have somebody else. Because even if he was resenting her, when she finally said, well, I don't want that no more, scratch that. If it means I can't spend time with you, I'm good, right? This is when he should have said, damn, baby, that meant a lot right there. You see what I'm saying? And listen to her. Because it's like for you to keep it going afterwards and then say, go get you somebody else. He been waiting on a reason to leave. And that's what that looks like. Someone who, all them hours he working, he must have found somebody there who he liked being around. You understand what I'm saying? And so they probably talking all the time. They at work together every day. And this is just me speculating. This may not be the case. You see what I'm saying? But, and sometimes people be waiting for something to happen because they don't have it in them to just go say, hey, listen, babe, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm sorry to do it this way, but it's just not working out. We're going to have to go our separate ways, babe. I'm sorry. Most people got to wait till something come up to do it. And this is why a lot of times when it's women who do this, fellas, you will notice they dig all the way back into the past and hit you with everything y'all ever talked about, everything you ever apologized for, any misunderstanding y'all ever had, including things you didn't know about. And she'll bring up all this shit at one time. And you sitting here wondering, why are you doing all of that? Because she's about to dump your ass. And she's about to tell you everything you did. The whole relationship is why she's dumping your ass. Really, she just ain't interested no more. But she can't say that. She don't have the... It's something men, women, I don't know. That's probably a red pill argument. But it's something men, women where they just cannot deal with telling you they don't want your ass. They just don't want your... It ain't nothing you did wrong. I'm just not interested. They can't do that because to them it's like they can't be wrong because they would think that's wrong, but it ain't nothing wrong with that. People lose interest all the time. People have a change of heart all the time. And I think it's better just to tell them they didn't do anything wrong, that it's just not working. Why try and convince them they did something wrong so you can have an excuse and leave them feeling gaslit? You see what I'm saying? But you guys saw this conversation. You see how it could have went positively. And this could have been an opportunity for them to get closer because that's what these concerns are. Each one is an opportunity for you to go closer with your partner. But if you get defensive and start pulling all of these numbers, these mistakes right here that go on in relationships, you're going to destroy and deteriorate your own relationship, and you're not going to get any closer. You're going to be have distance between each other, and there's going to be animosity. There's going to be resentment. There's going to be ambivalence. Ambivalence is this unhappiness that you have for your partner in your relationship, this thought in mind that maybe things could be better with somebody else. Maybe this ain't the person that's meant for me. Maybe this is not my soulmate. Maybe, maybe there's someone else more compatible for me. That's called ambivalence. And those type of thoughts, family, will seep into your mind, and they will ultimately manifest in how you treat your partner and how you move and how you see your partner. The grass is greener on the other side. I think if I was with somebody else, if I was with that person, life would be better, right? And this creates what they call ambivalence, which is close to, that's exactly the way you spell it too, ambivalence. That's right, Charmaine. It's really close to resentment, but it's slightly different, as resentment comes from past things. Things may have happened in the past. They may be doing something for you and not feeling like they're getting equal exchange, reciprocity. And so that could create resentment, right? They could resent you because you gained weight. They could resent you because you lost weight. They could resent you because your job laid you off. They could resent you for any reason. Ambivalence, though, is this idea that it's better out there somewhere, even if this person's doing everything. And as long as that's in your mind, you'll never truly be completely sold out and dedicated to your partner. You know, but again, I'm going to end the video right around here. I don't want to carry this live out too far, but hopefully you guys got something from this. Hopefully you guys start practicing on working out how you talk to each other, so you can have better communication, and each conversation can bring you guys closer. Okay. Remember, when you guys are together creating a union like this, the goal is that it lasts forever and that you guys have harmony. When it's like this, you're going to have contention on both sides. You saw this easy argument, this easy thing that could be resolved, turn into a whole breakup, family. And this is how it happens for many of us, not because we don't care about each other, but because we don't know how to talk. We don't know how to talk to each other. We're desensitized to each other. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say come to my communication workshop that's on October the 16th through the 18th through the 20th. You can go to kevinwesley.tv and purchase your tickets there. I still have those tickets at half off. I still got 5 rooms available. We're doing role-playing workshops. And it's for a documentary that I'm shooting, guys. It's going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on Tubi. It's a documentary that I'm shooting about communication and relationships. So it's going to be an episodic documentary. What that means is that each episode will be about a couple. So each of you guys that get a room inside of my my retreat, each episode will be about your family, your unit. You don't have to bring any information to the table that you don't want to. You can make even the smallest issue that you guys are arguing about public, and the private issues you can keep to yourself, but you will be able to be on my documentary that will be on Tubi, Netflix, and all these different platforms. Okay, we're doing it big. We're taking it to the next level, and I want to do this with real people. You understand what I'm saying? You guys have saw I'm the person who wrote the Cheesecake Factory skit. It went national, not just internet viral. It went national. Anybody was talking about it, and I'm trying to take it to the next level. I believe I have a lot of insight to offer. The Cheesecake Factory video wasn't even made for that purpose. It was only made to get that couple to my platform and then actually dialogue with them about if you guys have seen any of my TV show, my talk show, where I break different things down with couples that go viral. First, I create a skit, and then I take the couples from that skit and bring them in and have a dialogue that brings more insight to it. That was the purpose of my show. That was the purpose of the videos. However, that skit really took off, changed my life. Got it known. Charmaine says, great show. Thank you so much. But I want to take that to the next level and be able to put my insight on display so people everywhere can be able to see, people in relationships everywhere will be able to see that there is a more effective way to communicate. There is a better way of getting closer to each other. So if you go to kevinwesley.tv and you want to be a part of my show, make sure that you go and get your ticket, buy your room, and I'll see you guys there. It's going to be dope, family. kevinwesley.tv, and if you don't see it there, just scroll down my page a bit and you'll see it there. Okay, but it's kevinwesley.tv, and you should be able to see it and purchase from there. To the far right, there is a option called Klarna, where you can pay payments. Okay, you might think that it's pretty expensive, but you can actually break this down into payments. So just come on over there, break that down into payments. Okay, if you are single and looking for a relationship, I still want you to come to the event, and you can still get your room the same. Your episode will simply be about your past relationships and breakdowns that you had, and I'll be advising you on how to heal from those, how to learn how to communicate based on past experiences, so you can go into your next relationship a better communicator. Okay, family. I've got a a mother and son that's going to be there because they struggle with communication. It's not even just about romantic relationships. It's about platonic relationships as well. Any relationship you're in, you're going to have to communicate. You're going to have some understanding for each other. You're going to have to hear what they say and respond effectively, right? But I'll see you guys soon. And it's a pleasure being in front of you guys again today. I'm going to start doing this more often. In fact, if you want this done more often in the form of a live video, because you know I do reaction videos all the time. But if you want more of this in the form of a live, I want you to comment right now under here. I want this in the form of a live. Okay, I'm about to end this live, but I want you to go back to the page and comment. I want to see more of this, and also share this video for me. Okay, help me spread the information. Thank you guys so much for your time. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it's in that chaos that you have found yourself. Okay, family? Peace. Okay, sure. Okay, sure, man. I look forward to seeing you soon on the documentary and the talk show. Okay? It's going to be dope, guys. Peace. Hey, I want to thank everybody on YouTube for watching the video, watching the content. If you guys are interested in coming to my meet and greet, my 3-day retreat for couples, just go ahead and, well, like I said, it's for couples, but specifically, but it could be for anyone who wants to communicate better, right? Just go to www.kevinwesley.tv and go ahead and purchase the tickets. And again, to the far right, you'll see an option called Klarna where you can actually make payments. Okay, family? And again, I appreciate your time. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Peace. Oh, yeah, on YouTube, guys. It's only a few people watching right now, but when I get off this live, can y'all go back to this live and put a comment on what you thought about this live just so I can have some comments on it? Thank y'all very much.